what's up? This is Blaze the Movie Fan. This will be the first time I review 3 movies in one video. And no, my latest videos don't count since I only talk about these movies for 2 minutes or less. And these, therefore they don't count as proper reviews. This beginning scene is the only time he appears in the movie. He isn't even a fucking narrator. So if that scene was cut out of the movie completely, it would be the same movie. But I don't have a problem with that scene though, because I do think that merchant is pretty fucking awesome. And when the camera zoomed in on him too much and he said, too close, that was so fucking funny. Anyway, Jafar is relying on someone to get the lamp for him. Unfortunately, the guy he hired isn't worthy enough to get the lamp. And while trying to escape from the guard, there's a great song. Now she tries to talk over with her father, the Sultan. But unfortunately the Sultan doesn't exactly understand where she is coming from, even though he is trying to. I will give the Sultan a credit for that, at least he is trying to understand, but he doesn't truly understand. Aladdin talks about how horrible it is to be a street rat. There isn't much that Yasmin can do about it, but Aladdin can in fact do something about it. Aladdin, if you don't like to be looked at as a street rat, here's a suggestion. Why don't we get a job? I mean seriously, that would solve all your problems. Yeah, it makes no sense to me that Aladdin doesn't get a job. In this movie, he doesn't even attempt to get a job. It would be so much better for him if he attempted to do just that. And we also learn that Jafar, the main villain in the movie, is using a special staff to hypnotize the Sultan. Wow, what a fucking asshole. Wait a minute, that guy is Jafar apparently. I'm sorry, but how the hell is that Jafar? It doesn't even look like him in the slightest. I must admit that Jafar has a damn good disguise. I can't even tell that's him. That's one of the things that makes him such a great villain in my opinion. Anyway, after going to the Cave of Wonders, the cave deems Aladdin worthy. To be honest, without that magical carpet, he wouldn't know where the hell that lamp is. He is fucking funny throughout most of this movie. And he gets Aladdin out of there without Aladdin even asking. Now when Aladdin says that he has 3 wishes, the genie tries to point out that he already wished to get out of there. But Aladdin didn't wish for that. The genie decided to do that on his own. And you know what? Aladdin is right about that. But Jafar does something stupid. He throws the lamp down there with him. Though to be fair, there is no way in hell Jafar could have known that there was lamp behind that hat. So I can't entirely blame him. So this movie begins by introducing us to one of the main villains of the movie, Abismar. Well, the title of the movie is The Return of Jafar, but we'll see later how Abismar is also a villain of the movie. Now in the first movie, when Aladdin was stealing something, it wasn't really acceptable. But it's more acceptable here, since he is stealing from thieves. Meanwhile, somewhere deep in the desert, Jacob finally manages to get out of the lamp. But for Jafar, it's not that easy. In fact, Jafar is stuck in the lamp. But since Jafar has no longer power since he is in the lamp, Jacob just says to Jafar, "Fuck you, you can't push me around anymore." And it takes a lot of guts. Yeah, Jacob should stand up to that cunt Jafar. Jacob then sings about how selfish he is, pretty much. The song isn't very good. In fact, he wants to harm Jacob badly. Which is understandable because Jacob did work for the main villain of the previous movie. Now Aladdin goes back to the palace that conveniently has a bird cage, an empty bird cage. Wait a minute, why would there be a bird cage in the garden if the Sultan fucking hates Jacob? It doesn't make much sense to me. And don't tell me it's for the other birds. It's clearly meant for Jacob, which doesn't make sense. It couldn't have been Aladdin buying that cage since he can't afford it. Despite living in the palace, he really doesn't have any money on his own. Yeah, as much as I love this movie, I gotta point out that flaw with the movie. Thankfully though, it's an incredibly minor flaw, but it's a flaw nonetheless, therefore I have to point it out. But anyway, the genie returns and sings a song that's fine, it's nothing special. I like the main message of the song, but most of the lyrics are, yeah, they aren't very good. And then Jacob sings a bad song. Out of all the songs in this entire movie, there's only one song that's good. The rest of them are either decent or shit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that these songs are the worst part about the movie. So the plan is basically to, well, I'll talk about that later when the said plan is executed. billiard table. The genie is playing pool with a rook. Unfortunately though, it was all a fucking trap set up by that smart cunt Jafar. And yes, I said smart because I really think that he's a smart villain in this movie. Much more so than in the first movie. And after the Sultan gets captured, Rasul arrests Aladdin for a false accusation. I'm just gonna have to say Rasul is a fucking moron. He is so blinded by his hatred of Aladdin that he will believe everything about him. What a dumb motherfucker. And before Jafar captures the genie, he sings the best song of the movie. In fact, the only song that's even remotely good. I fucking love the song You're Only Second Rate. I have replayed it so many times that I lost count. But the genie is trying to kill Aladdin with a bunch of lava. But it's a good thing that Yago doesn't support Jafar anymore. Because if he was still on Jafar's side, Aladdin would have fucking died for sure. So really, Yago is the only reason why Jafar's plans fail in this movie. Jafar's plans would be success if it wasn't for Yago. And I'm also glad that Jafar thought that Yago was still on his side. Otherwise he would be chained in a dungeon just like the rest of them are. Well, I only got one more movie to go, so let's continue. It's apparently something very valuable. Aladdin was not gonna let that guy steal it. In fact, everybody fights back and kicks those thieves' ears. Oh, and by the way, the song that came earlier, Party in Agrabah, is a fucking awesome song. Speaking of which, the genie has become funny again in this movie. He wasn't in Return of Jafar, but in this movie, the genie is very fucking funny. It has many to do with the fact that he makes so many references. All the references are references to other Disney movies, but they are great references regardless, and I love that about the genie in this movie. Anyway, after Yago asks what's so special about the treasure, the oracle comes and explains exactly who she is. But she refuses to answer Yago's question. Because apparently Yago did already ask his question. The oracle can only ask one question per person.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And then another great song starts. I have to admit that all the songs in this movie are a massive improvement over the songs in Return of Jafar. That's something that I'm happy about. And Aladdin's father is apparently a prisoner of the 40 thieves. In fact, the 40 thieves are hostile against Aladdin. Now Aladdin tries to bring Qasim to the palace. And he thinks that he can change his father to be a good person. The Sultan orders the guards to arrest Qasim, but he isn't happy about that at all. But he feels like he has to do it. But Aladdin is not giving up. In fact, he breaks his father out of the cells while wearing some great clothes. So Aladdin, a rookie, could defeat Saluk, but guys that are experienced couldn't. And yeah, they are called the 40 thieves, despite the fact that they aren't fucking 40 anymore. In fact, they are far from it. Now they finally find that valuable hand of Midas, and when they use it on the ground, everything turns into gold. Is it a coincidence that guy only appeared twice during the entire trilogy? And it was by the beginning and the end of the trilogy? I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that was totally fucking planned. Now it's time for my overall thoughts on all three movies. They are fucking awesome, and they are also my favorite animated movie trilogy of all time. I know it's a bold statement, but I'm sticking to it. And if you're wondering where I would put each movie, well, Aladdin, the King of Thieves would be number 3. The first Aladdin movie would be number 2. And Return of Jafar would be number 1. Of course, there are some plot points that I skipped. That's because I only talked about the plot points I wanted to talk about. I fucking love this trilogy so much, and I would watch it countless times. In fact, I own the entire trilogy, well, almost. I own The Return of Jafar on DVD, and I own Aladdin and the King of Thieves on DVD. But I have yet to own a physical copy of the first Aladdin movie. But I will buy it eventually for sure. Well guys, that's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.